Douye Diri, governor of Bayelsa, says his administration is not against anyone holding rallies in the state. On March 27, the governor alleged that a planned mega rally by a group loyal to Nyesom Wike, Minister of Federal Capital Territory, could ignite a crisis in the state. Diri, who spoke on Wednesday during the State Executive Council meeting in Yenagoa, the state capital, said holding a rally in Bayelsa would be counterproductive at a time lasting peace is being sought in Rivers State. He said, "Let me make this clear. We are not a government that goes against the rule of law. We cherish and protect the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and in doing so, we abide by every bit of the Constitution. A state of emergency has been imposed in Rivers State. President Bola Tinubu has the power to do so. All we can do from our end is to see how we can bring lasting peace to Rivers State." The governor noted that his administration will always respect the fundamental human right of every citizen, adding that anyone who wishes to hold a rally must inform the state government. Diri urged the people of the state to work with his government to maintain law and order. Bayelsa and Rivers are sister states, and whatever happens there has some degree of effect on our state and vice versa, the governor added. And then some persons say they want to hold a mega rally, and all that here. We are not yet in a political season. I am not stopping anybody from exercising his fundamental human rights, but as the chief security officer of the state and with information at my disposal, we must keep the peace of the state. Now, Ugochukwu, this statement appears to be kind of contradictory.
Yes.
Now, if you watched the clip where Governor Douye Diri made that first statement, it was more of a warning, you know, and he went further to say that I think the person that called for that's organizing that rally has been suspended. Yes, as a result of that move. And then much later, he's now saying that...
No, as a result of him participating in the South-South Congress.
Oh, yes, very well. And then he's now saying that much later, he's now retracing his steps in a way, and he's saying, oh, we respect people's fundamental human rights, but as the chief security officer, this is akin to what happened in Kogi State. So I have information, therefore, if you must hold a mega rally. Now, he said if you must have a rally, inform the state. Meanwhile, he has banned one. And then he's also saying that it is not a political season yet. People do politics. He is still doing politics. I mean, it's interesting. I'm looking at it from that perspective of double speak, right? First of all, freedom of association is enshrined in the fundament. It is enshrined in the Constitution as a fundamental human right of every Nigerian. Like, you can associate with anybody, and then there are rules to having rallies. So, political, religious, are there seasons for rallies, please?
There are no seasons for rallies. So rallies, they are events, and the events are organized based on the times and tides.
Times and tides. So
yes.
He's now saying that it's not political.
No, this is not a political rally. This is a support group, showing their solidarity and showing their affirmation to an ongoing administration, the goods they have seen so far. When somebody goes to, when they say God will bless you, and you see that that blessing is on the way, you have seen some manifestations of it, you can go for Thanksgiving. After all, some preachers will tell you that when God promises you, you should even go for Thanksgiving first, and then you are now holding God to the jugular. You know, I'm twisting him, so to say, to now do it, because you have already thanked him in anticipation. You know, you have already thanked him in anticipation. So people, times and tides, you know, accumulate into events. No, you don't tell people when to gather and when the events should hold. But if I may take a deep leap on what Douye Diri have said, I also thank you for highlighting some of the things he said in his first statement. But that first press release that he made, remember that this one he's saying now is a fallout of what he said in after the 158th Executive Council of Rivers State Government. But the first statement, he called a press conference. That was a press conference he called purposely because of that particular event that will take place on the 12th of this month. So when you look at it, you find out somebody who has taken sides. You find out a politician or someone who is aggrieved, who is whipping up sentiments. Because, you see, you are not here when I said that the suspended governor of Rivers State, this should be a time for him to take stock and take a Greek or monastic leave to go and reflect. All those people that have been advising you, that have been aligning with you, so to say, all this while, where have they led you? Where have they left you now? If people have been giving you advice, people have been, gingering you, so to say, in our local parlance, we are with you, we are behind you. Nobody is even accepting to stand in front of you. Nobody is ready to take the bullet for you. Then, at the end of the day, those advice, those groups, so to say, those your religious friends and all of them, they did not leave you to where you are out of the sea. Now they left you. Moses leading the people of Israel left them in the middle of Red Sea. With the Exodus story have been completed, there would have been journey until now. So Douye Diri is one of those that have led suspended Fobara where he is today.
Why do you say that?
Why I'm saying that is you could see from the first statement that he made.
Was Douye Diri vocal in Rivers State crisis? One of the governors that one would say was very, very vocal in Rivers State crisis was Governor Bala.
You remember what I said
so
about...
At what point, so why are you dragging Douye Diri into this crisis when he wasn't vocal, so to speak?
I say something about the unspoken languages and the body language. Everybody is not an orator. Most people don't show solidarity by fronting themselves. But giving some utterances and some of the places Douye Diri has spoken, and some of the places you've seen him with the suspended governor of Rivers State, and the Nicodemus way he visits Rivers State has a lot to say about his position. And where he came out full time, you say you didn't hear him. Where he came out is he now used that sharp divide when they were having the South-South PDP Congress. That was when he came out. We are watchers. We are reading the lines. They are the actors. We are watching them. We see their body languages. We see where they are lying. And when it comes, remember that his first statement, he brought in tribal sentiment. That a Jaw is a tribe, that a Jaw nation is they are the headquarter in Bayelsa State, that Wike should not use his connections in Abuja to come to now try to cow them in Rivers. That is that where he can fester is in Rivers State, that Bayelsa State is not Rivers. Why are you making those kind of utterances in organizing a rally that Wike is not even part of? People are calling him, just like people have set out.
Rally, not saying he's not part of it.
No.
The rally was that mega rally is in honor of the president and the FCT minister.
No, you didn't understand what I wanted to say. I said somebody will organize an occasion and invite and say that I'm organizing this occasion on your behalf. You remember when yes, and you are now being notified to either to grace it but those people that are organizing it have gone ahead with your planning. Whether you are coming or not, you might send a representative. You might even not come at all, but that particular occasion you are the person. I have seen occasions where chief launchers' names are written. They will not come. Even some of them don't know, but they use it to hype the occasion. We have seen it. So when the governor was now painting ethnic correlation, bringing out indifference, and then trying to cajole the person of the FCT minister, to ridicule him and to tell him that that his influence and power has no effect in Bayelsa State. And the second leg of it, what happened? He now realized that he was, after all, beating a dead horse, because we will go there and nothing will happen. And the security agencies and the traditional rulers, you see where those politicians always push the traditional institution to a corner. Laurentia, they will bring out those men and they will do what? They will rubbish them. How will you be making a political statement concerning security issues and you're bringing in traditional rulers? Look at what happened in River State now. The sole administrator has suspended the River State Traditional Rulers Council. Because of what? They took sides. They are all playing politics. And we always say it here. How can you be a traditional ruler? Because maybe in the former administration, because the problem in River State, according to posit it, is that the enemy of my enemy is now my friend. During years on weekend, you couldn't hear most of them. Now they feel that they have a voice. And in having that voice, you do not check it very well. At the end of the day now, you are now even embarrassing yourself more than you were embarrassed if you have hitherto stayed aloof. So the governor of Bayelsa State, Douye Diri, now brought in the traditional rulers and now gave them instruction of how to keep peace in the area. And now, what is laughable about all is that you are calling on security agencies controlled by who? The federal government. And this event is on behalf of Mr. President and the FCT minister. And now, you are now coming in a second breath, realizing a governor. The problem that they have, most of the opposition, their handlers are their problems. Even when a governor or whoever wrote that script for him have written it, somebody else did not look into it and say, Oga, this thing you are going to read will be out of. You were talking about gathering and the freedom of association. He didn't see it in the constitution before he made that kind of first statement that he made. Now it is his press secretary that is dishing out the second one we are seeing. He wasn't the one that said this. It was his press secretary representing him. So, having realized that he has goofed full time, and that the event, what I'm seeing here now is that he's mending faces. He's trying to save his face because he knows that event will take place. That event will take place.
And to make him look weak.
Yeah, of course.
And
so,
not in control of his
of course. So what he's doing now is that after, and immediately he made the first statement. The man that is organizing the PDP zonal secretary, that is spearheading the organization of that area, said that Tona, yes, it said that he is a member of PDP and a zonal high-ranking officer for that matter. So he didn't know what office that the governor was contending about. And he even alluded there that the court has dealt with the Congress. And even the Congress are talking about both the NEC and the NWC. They didn't fall out with the Congress. Because it was initially they were pushing them, but today you couldn't hear anything about that particular Congress. So he has, even if he's a factional leader of a PDP in Bayelsa State, he has his right. He has his right.
Right.
So what I'm saying in this is that it will teach a lot of all these politically exposed persons how to bridle their tongue and how to be rational, even when you want to show sentiment and when we want to show alliance. All those things that Douye Diri made in his first statement is to show he's sympathetic to the suspended governor of Rivers State, and clearly showing his non-acceptance to the FCT minister. And the FCT minister have said it, that Douye Diri came to him for assistance for his second tenure, because we know he didn't win the election that brought him into the first tenure of office. It's very clear that he did not even learn the parade that governors do with the security agencies before assuming office. It was Leon, and when he was now coming for second tenure, you could see it was with Silva, who was the minister of state for petroleum, and who was one of the right-hand men in the caucus of Buhari. So he was agitated. He ran to Wike for safety. But I don't know why God has made it that anybody that Wike helps will betray him. I don't know that anybody that Wike, look at the Obasikis of this world.
All right.
Look at all of them.
All right, so
but what I'm saying is that you could clearly see his body language of not accepting the person of the city minister.
Now he's saying that his priority is peace in Rivers State. But from what you're saying, his body language is saying different.
It is very clearly.
All right, very well. And for you, Douye Diri is being sentimental because of the ethnic bias that it has tainted Rivers State crisis with regards to Ijaw, ethnicity, and all of that. Yes. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because he made mention of it.
It was more of a solidarity thing for Douye Diri.
Yes.
To Fubara. And, okay, very well.
But I will advise them, if they want this impasse to quickly go away, they should jettison all those things and close ranks and make sure that they return the suspended governor. But with the way they are going, they are widening the gap.
The gulf, all right.